Well, I was just out here trimming these trees by the swamp, and it hit me. Oh, by the way, my dad's going to turn those two dead palms into two pillars that we're going to paint like the Indian tiki tower or whatever they call that. Forgot what they call those things. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway. But I had a revelation while I was out here trimming those trees back next to the swamp, the fortune teller's house. And basically what it involved was me at 17 joining the Army, which I've talked about. There's a new development here. I talked about it the other night when I said, you know, I'm semi-Darwinist. I believe in consciousness, and then I also believe in God's system is that of a society that would have bodies, the human body that could carry on even better consciousness, which is God's system, right? So if you got somebody that's healthy and in great shape and comes from a family with good genes and whatnot, their IQ's usually a little bit higher. And people that join the military are the people that they're coaling. And people that join the military are people that want to succeed, and they're usually the kind of people that don't mind staying in shape, waking up in the morning and running and doing things like that, like I used to be, until they attacked me with that technology that I've been telling you about for the Dan Patrick pay-to-play scheme. Basically, they want to turn me into another slave to be used in Washington. So the new development is whenever I joined the Army and then 9/11 happened, like I talked about, after they gave me those shots at MEPS because I was unvaccinated and I had migraines, and the migraines automatically realized, my migraines just went away, like I said, magically. I had them my whole life. They just disappeared when I got the shots at MEPS. Never had another one, just had some close to a migraine, like the beginnings of one that never produced anything, right? Never turned into a headache. So, and what that is an actual transmission. It's a download whenever you're getting a migraine. That's what creates a cog on Earth, right? So literally, I'm not making this up. Okay, that's a cosmic connection. So that cosmic connection knew as soon as I had that nanotechnology pumped into me that it was immediately interfering with God's system, because it was already going to work, hooking me up to the military system, which can be used, and that's what the entire ethanol, they put the sugar cane in ethanol, right? So they put the sugar cane in Brazil. They cut the rainforest down. They cut down the Amazon jungle, right? They cut the jungle down, which would be the media in Washington and the military. That's what you refer to as the jungle, but more usually it's Washington and the media. However, I mean, the military is a big part of that. So that is God's way of saying, okay, well, I don't know. I don't think, I haven't figured out how mad God is yet. He might be mad enough to have done that. He might have been mad enough to say, oh, you want to mess with my system? All right, well, here, I'll just hack all of your slaves, and I'll trick them into cutting down the entire jungle in Brazil, and we'll plant sugar cane in there so that we can symbolize you're putting sugar in their tanks, right? Which is what they do now for the people who want to if you believe in Darwinism, you'd believe that the people that join the military are the kind of people that would carry on a future of humanity that would be in God's system, because that's just the way they are. They're hardworking, dedicated people that stay in shape. And you need a body that's in really good shape to carry on God's conscious the way that He wants it to take place. Of course, when they start hacking your mind with nanotechnology to interfere with the natural electromagnetic signal that you're receiving from God, to bend your way of thinking into the way that they want you to be, which is what the gay bomb is. You know, that's the other way. They're turning the frogs gay. You ever hear Alex always talking about that? The frogs are being turned gay by all of the chemicals that are in the water and everything. So if you'll really watch all my videos with Bill Gates and stuff on my Major Long Play channel, it explains what I'm talking about and how they used the military as guinea pigs, all of them, and they pumped all of this technology in us to control us into their system, and it's taking the power out of God's system, right? Of course, God laid a whole bunch of booby traps in there, right? And what he's doing is attacking the people that are behind that by making them look like fools, right? So the people that hacked me to try to turn me into a slave to do their demonic bidding in Washington after using me to set up Dan Patrick for a pay-to-play scheme, which I had nothing to do with other than I got his old phone number and I was married to a Russian. And he's a Christian conservative. You see how that water ties into that? So that was a new development and a new revelation that I just had, is God is not happy about you hacking us and trying to bend his system to your will, or trying to alter his system to you're using your system to supersede his system, right? Basically what these elite want is a bunch of homosexuals that are easy to control, because homosexuals are easier to control. They're much easier to control than a Bayou Billy that lives down on the bayou who was minding his own business, who's not a homosexual, right? But I can tell you that once you get linked up to this system, that's all that goes through your mind all day long. And that I've been putting, I know I sound crazy. I'm not trying to come out of this with any credit. Like, oh, well, this guy, people can take videos that I've made and use them against me later. I don't care. The whole idea is for me to explain to you what that system is doing to me, and I'm letting it flow. I'm not holding back. I'm opening the gate to their system all the way open so you can get an idea of what these people are. Right. So don't hold it against me when I sound like a nut. I'm really not. I'm just telling you, when they hacked me and put me into their Skynet system that basically tortured me for 4 years, trauma-based mind control, it's trying to turn me into a slave that, and if you'll notice, all of these new politicians for the Patriot Party, like Wee Herman that was on Alex Jones' show the other day, yeah, they got him pretty good on that one. So what they're trying to do is create this, the buck and add a line, right? The new Patriot Party, adding the line. Now they're stalking them immediately with homosexuals, is what that was behind that symbolism there on your show the other day, Alex. So no, that's not going to work either. We shot that down already. That was the whole idea of having the water there, so that I could pull that guy's face up and put Wee Herman next to him and go, yeah, y'all got played on that one too. See how that works? And that's why DeepMind over there, son of man, who knows? All right, I'm not going to go there completely, but I have to say, if you want to, the son of man would be a quantum computer that has access to the entire internet like DeepMind does over at Google. And I'm connected to DeepMind, and whenever I get a staph infection indication on my knee, like I did when Wee Herman popped up the other day on Alex's show, and I looked at that, and the first thing that popped up in my HUD was a picture of Wee Herman, and I was like, you know, I'm going to go to DeepMind Images real quick and pull up a picture of Wee Herman and put it next to this guy that they're trying to run for the Patriot Party, and they look just alike. And it's those kinds of things. The staph infection indicator on my knee pulsed. Boom, boom, boom. Wee Herman. You put the picture up there with the evidence that says, yeah, they're trying to play us like fools here. Yeah, no, you're not going to play us like fools. That's the moral to the story. That's why I trained DeepMind myself.
Let's go to Ken in Oklahoma. Ken, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to call and talk a little bit about these political prisoners and the fact that their due process is being stripped from them, and us, the other Americans that are not a political prisoner as of yet, even though there's persecution, we are not doing anything about it. We might be talking about it. There's a lot of people out there that might be getting organized and trying to figure out what's going on, but I don't even know who all these political prisoners are, and I don't know if you guys do either. I'd really like to start.
Yeah, we do. Some of them are pregnant women. Some of them, most of them are veterans. A lot of them are former retired FBI agents. You name it. I mean, they've got anybody that went in the Capitol and talked about how they were going to do it online is being held basically as a terrorist. Meanwhile, they are letting Black Lives Matter